Did you know that animals can be the best friends we can have? Let's dive into a heartwarming story about cute animal friends. Welcome to our storytelling adventure, where we will learn English while enjoying a delightful tale about friendship among animals. In a big, beautiful forest filled with tall trees and colorful flowers lived three special friends. Pip was a small squirrel with a big, bushy tail. He was an expert climber and loved to gather nuts. Barnaby was a big, gentle bear with soft, brown fur. He was very strong and knew all the best places to find sweet berries. And then there was Rosie, a quick and clever rabbit with long ears that could hear the tiniest sounds. They loved their home in the Whispering Woods. But one autumn, something was wrong. A strange, dry wind blew for many weeks. The leaves on the trees turned brown and fell much too early. The air, which was usually cool and damp, felt warm and dusty. Pip the squirrel was the first to notice the real problem. He scurried to his favorite oak tree, ready to gather acorns for the coming winter. But when he got there, he found only a few acorns on the ground. Usually, there were hundreds. He looked up into the branches. They were almost bare. "Oh dear," he chattered to himself, his tail twitching with worry. "Where have all the acorns gone? Winter is coming soon, and my pantry is empty." He decided to visit his friend Barnaby. Maybe the bear was having better luck. Pip found Barnaby sitting sadly by a patch of berry bushes. The bushes were dry, and the few berries left were small and shriveled. "Hello, Barnaby," squeaked Pip, running up the bear's big furry leg and sitting on his shoulder. "Are you all right? You look sad." Barnaby sighed, a big puff of air that rustled Pip's fur. "Hello, Pip. I am worried. The berry bushes are all dry. I have walked all morning and my tummy is still rumbling. There is not enough food this year." Just then, Rosie the rabbit hopped toward them. Her long ears were drooping. "Kip, Barnaby, I am so glad I found you," she said, her voice sounding tired. "What is it, Rosie?" asked Barnaby gently. "It's the stream. My family and I always drink from the sunny creek, but the water is so low it's just a muddy trickle. And the sweet clover patch next to it is all brown and wilted. We are running out of water to drink and fresh clover to eat." The three friends sat together under the bare oak tree. The problem was bigger than any of them had realized. The strange, dry wind had caused a shortage of food and water for everyone in the forest. Winter was just around the corner. They needed to do something. But what? They felt scared and alone. But then they looked at each other. They were not alone. They had each other. "We must work together," said Rosie, her ears perking up a little. "Together," rumbled Barnaby, nodding his big head. "But how?" Pip, who had been thinking hard, suddenly jumped up. "Wait, I remember something. Barnaby, do you remember the story your grandfather used to tell? The story about a special place deep in the woods?" Barnaby's eyes grew wide. "You mean the story of the hidden meadow?" "Yes," chattered Pip excitedly. "Your grandfather said there was a secret meadow fed by an underground spring. He said the water there never runs out and the plants are always green and full of life even in the driest seasons." Rosie's nose twitched with excitement. "A hidden meadow? Is the story true?" "My grandfather said it was," Barnaby said. "But he also said it was very, very hard to find. The journey is long and there are many challenges." The three friends looked at one another. It was a risk. The journey would be difficult, but it was their only hope. "I will go," said Pip bravely. "I can climb high to look for the path." "And I will go," said Rosie. "I am fast and can scout ahead for danger." "Then we all go," boomed Barnaby, standing up tall. "My strength can help us move anything that blocks our way. We will go together." So, the next morning, the 3 friends met at the edge of the Whispering Woods. Rosie had a small pouch of soothing herbs just in case. Pip had the last 3 acorns from his pantry, and Barnaby had a heart full of hope. Their great adventure to find the hidden meadow had begun. They walked for hours. The forest became thicker and darker. They came to a deep ravine, a big gap in the earth that was too wide to jump across. "What do we do now?" worried Rosie, peering over the edge. Pip scampered up the tallest tree he could find. From the top, he could see the whole area. "Over there," he squeaked, pointing with his little paw. "There is an old log that has fallen across the ravine. It can be our bridge." It was a big, mossy log. It was wide enough for Rosie and Pip, but was it strong enough for Barnaby? The bear pushed on it with his paw. It seemed strong. Carefully, he put one foot in front of the other and slowly walked across the log bridge. Pip and Rosie cheered when he made it to the other side. Their first challenge was complete. Teamwork had saved the day. As they went deeper into the woods, the trees all started to look the same. They worried they were walking in circles. "I think we are lost," rumbled Barnaby, looking around the confusing woods. This time, it was Rosie's turn to help. "Everyone, stay quiet for a moment," she whispered. She lifted her long ears, turning them this way and that. She closed her eyes and listened. She heard the faint sound of dripping water. "That way," she said, pointing her nose to the north. "I hear water." An underground spring would have to be near water. They followed Rosie's excellent hearing, and soon the trees began to thin. They had found their way out of the confusing part of the forest. They were getting closer. Climax. Key moment. Finally, they arrived at a tall, rocky hill. Jagged gray rocks pointed towards the sky. According to Barnaby's grandfather's story, the hidden meadow was just on the other side of this hill, but there was only one path that looked safe enough to climb. And sitting right in the middle of that path was a grumpy old badger. He had gray and white fur, a long snout, and small, suspicious eyes. He had lived alone for a very long time. He didn't trust anyone. "Hello there," called Barnaby, in his friendliest voice. "We need to get past, please. We are looking for the hidden meadow." "The hidden meadow is my secret, and I'm not sharing it. There is not enough for everyone. Go away." His name was Bartholomew, and he had lived alone for a very long time. He didn't trust anyone. "Bartholomew, oh, excuse me, we've started in the middle. We can't start here. I'm sorry, excuse me, Mr. Badger. I see that your paw is hurt." "I'm sorry, I started in the middle of the narrative. That's not right at all. The hidden meadow was, Bartholomew led them up the rocky path, and when they reached the top and looked down, they all gasped. It was the most beautiful place they had ever seen. The hidden meadow was real. A sparkling spring bubbled from the ground, forming a crystal-clear pond. The grass was bright green, and there were bushes loaded with juicy berries, tall oak trees full of acorns, and patches of thick, delicious clover. There was more than enough food and water for them all, and for many more animals too. "Wow," whispered Rosie. "It's perfect," rumbled Barnaby. "We did it," cheered Pip. They turned to Bartholomew. "Thank you," said Barnaby. "Will you stay here with us? We can all gather food for the winter together." Bartholomew smiled, a true, happy smile this time. "I would like that very much." And so the 4 new friends worked together. Pip showed everyone the best trees for nuts. Barnaby used his strength to reach the highest berry branches. Rosie found the sweetest patches of clover. And Bartholomew, who knew the meadow better than anyone, showed them a warm, dry cave where they could all shelter during